create, spend time with family, go play pickleball when I want on Tuesday afternoons or Wednesday mornings. Nobody's there to ask.
I love talking about increasing your net worth. This is our barometer for wealth building success. Today, we're going to speak with an investor who has grown his family's net worth to $3 million by 42 years old. Sushant Thakray is our guest today. He lives in North Carolina with his wife and 2 children. And when he's not focused on building his family's wealth, he enjoys playing pickleball and sharing personal finance knowledge on his YouTube channel. Welcome to the show, Sushant.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Andy. And hello to all your viewers.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here and sharing your transparent story. I think it's going to help a lot of people out there who are looking to do something similar. So, looking back, what was your motivation for building your wealth in the first place?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So I think it ties back 25, 30 years when I was a kid. I was an average student, Andy, always average student. And as a student life, as you are in your school, I think everything is tied around your grades. If you are good at it, people look at you in a good way. And if you're not, people think that he will have an average life because he's an average student. So I always felt like I want to earn that respect, but if I cannot earn that with my grades, what else, how else I can build it? So I always wanted to build something which is valuable, but I did not know what. So when I became an adult, I realized that that report card has been replaced with salary and net worth. And I thought, okay, I just want to prove it to myself that I can build something meaningful. And that's where it all began. But as life evolved, I evolved, the motivation evolved as well. And then later on in life, it all became about the freedom, about peace of mind, and about having options in life. So that's where it all began.
That's great. So, in the beginning, it was very numbers focused, just like grades, where it's very numbers focused to say, okay, what can I do to prove myself if I'm not excelling here? How can I excel in other areas? And
Mhm.
then you shifted over to meaning focus, saying, okay, how could I use this resource, this tool to give myself a better life? Was there a moment in time where that switch happened in your brain where you started to move away from the numbers and more towards the meaning?
Yeah, I mean, without any resources or any good academics, I was somehow, I don't know why, I was confident that I'm gonna make good money. So that was the motivation. So it just starting with how can I grow this? How can I learn about it? And later on, when I crossed $1 million maybe, and then I thought that okay, this cannot, I cannot beat everyone around the world. It's not going to make any difference to the world or to me. So then I started thinking about financial freedom. Can I really buy back my own time? So after hitting that $1 million mark, that's when it all shifted to how can I buy this freedom.
I
that
love
that
that.
was the turning point. Yeah.
That's great. Well, you definitely skipped from 0 to a million. So let's go back a little bit in time about how you did that. That's incredible to go from 0 to a million. What were some of the first steps that you took in order to help you build your net worth up into that million?
So initially, I started working in 2007 ish. I had a student loan and money was new to me. I'm like, I was spending like everybody else. And then I thought, okay, this is $30,000 loan. There is no point in saving or investing if this is always there. So, first thing I attacked that student debt, got it out in 18, 19 months or so. I put everything. I was a single guy, didn't have many expenses, so just knocked it off. And then got married in 2009 and started building from there. So started understanding. I used to listen to Dave Ramsey a lot, was a big fan of his what was that, debt free cheer and cutting credit card and all that. So always tried living below my means, being debt free. Even we bought our first house, it was a small house but in cash, like in $90,000 ish range. And that was, so it was less of a money and more of a mindset that let's live below our means, try to understand what the market is, how we can grow money. And it all started from there. So from 2009, 2008ish, that's when I started investing. And I actively worked on my salary, made sure I'm getting those raises, the bonuses and all of that, and made sure I invest that. And started with 5%. I think we can cover that later, but around 2021 is that's when I hit the $1 million mark, increasing the salary here actively and passively investing as well. So
That's
it took
incredible.
13 years, 13,
13
14. Yeah,
years.
13, 14.
Wow. So some focus for 13 years, making a good income. We can talk about that in a bit too. One thing that happened during that time frame too is you went from single guy to married guy. What were those conversations like with your spouse at the time about this desire to build your net worth and create more financial freedom in your life? Were those difficult conversations? Were they easy? How did that go?
The financial freedom came much later. When you see it on the horizon, you kind of start thinking about it. It wasn't in horizon, it wasn't the plan. But thankfully, touchwood, we were always on the same page with money, both kind of frugal people. Always lifestyle creep never creeped in our life. uh, she was more like investing in the real estate thing, and I was more of a stock guy. So we diversified in our that aspect of what do you call it, investing. So it wasn't any hard conversation. We were always pretty good with money, always with the same philosophy. So no friction there. It was,
That's great.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
beautiful. That's beautiful
yeah.
to have those conversations and be on the same page. And like you said, diversifying the assets. So you're focused on stock, she's focused on real estate, and now you're talking about building your family wealth. That's
Mhm.
incredible. Let's talk about some of the details a little bit on this journey that you've gone on here. You talked about growing your income over time. What did you do for income over the past, call it 20 years?
So I worked in pharmaceutical industry. My wife worked in pharma as well. I was particularly in statistical programming, programming the clinical trials data. We used to do a lot of clinical trials and all. I was a individual contributor first, and then became team leaders, the manager, the director, all that career path. So that's what I did for 17, 18 years. And our income grew from 60,000 to, I retired last year, so it was over 200,000.
Nice. That's incredible. And then having two working spouses at the same time, that helped to grow your income and allow you to invest more. Is that right?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, and
That's
if you both
incredible.
are on the same page and if you understand investing, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you threw something in there. You retired last year. That's right. Did you retire last year?
Yeah, I called that so far that I have retired from corporate life. That's what I should start.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
incredible.
Yeah, I retired from corporate life, but not from lives. There are so many passions and things I want to do. So that's what I'm putting my time to
I like you.
that's
I
what
like
I'm
the way you
putting my
say
time into.
that. I like the way you say that. Retired from corporate life, not from life in general. There's still lots to do, and you're falling into that. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing that and sharing the details of your journey there. Let's talk about net worth a little bit because people hear that number $3 million at 42, which is incredible. But I think some people, like me, at the beginning of my journey, didn't really know what net worth meant. So let's help break that down a little bit. Can you talk about what your assets are that help build up that $3 million?
Yeah, absolutely. So out of three over 3 million is the total net worth. Out of that, 2 million is in stock portfolio. Out of that, 500,000 is in Roth and 401ks, the non-taxable one, and rest of the 75% is in the brokerage account. And anything about 2 million is in the real estate. So
Got
it's
it.
as simple as that.
Excellent. And then the liability side, what liabilities do you guys have today?
Touch touch wood, nothing. Everything is, we are debt free. As I said, we always believed in living below our means. That has been the motto. I know, I mean, I am a finance guy, I understand finance. Sometimes financially it doesn't make sense to pay off everything, but the peace of mind that matters to us a lot more. So we
That's
always,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, not just for saying that living below our means, we truly lived below our means, and that means living debt free.
That's great. So everybody, the assets are 3 million minus $0 because there's no liabilities equals that $3 million net worth. If there were liabilities, that would add to that. I'm sorry, that would subtract from the overall net worth. So in this case, Shashant's assets are his net worth as well. So that's
Yeah.
incredible. Congratulations, man. I love the story of
Thanks,
wealth
Andy.
building and helping to create some financial freedom for your family. Speaking of that family, let's talk about generational wealth a little bit. You are a father and you have, do you have two children? Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
Excellent. Let's talk about generational wealth. What does that mean for you? And do you have any plans for your children in that fashion?
It's interesting you asked this question. So, I always thought I have a creative itch in me, and I wanted my son to play along. I wanted to teach him something, but I did not know how. So like 1.5 2 years ago we started this channel where we used to create this funny skits around money, about finances. When he was 11, right now he's 13-year old. So he worked for me, and I'll come back to the answer you asked the question. So over the years he's been working for me 1.5 2 years. I started paying him, and he got a few $1,000s in his bank, and then we thought 13 is the right age, so we put that in his Roth IRA. So talk about money and generational wealth, I feel like the knowledge is more wealth than the money. So I'm trying to teach him more about money. He understands a lot more about ETFs now, the stock market. Definitely he is way ahead than me when I was in my 20s, so he understand that. And we have put that money to work, so he understand what is passive, in what is investing and what is compounding. And he knows the compound interest calculator, and he sees that if he doesn't touch that money, he'll end up with $1 million by the time he's 59, 60. So I mean, yeah, teaching process of building wealth is, that's what we are trying to give it to our son. Or both of the younger one is too young to understand all of this. And yeah, on the actual side, yes, we have set aside fixed amount in our brokerage account for his education. Our will and trust is there, has been taken care of. So yeah, I felt like the real kind of inheritance is the knowledge of hard work, how to work smart, how to invest smart, and be patient about investing. So that's
I
what we
love
are
that.
doing. Yeah.
That's incredible. And now that you've moved into this retired from corporate life of phase of your life, how do your children, how does your relationship with your wife change when we talk about hard work? It seems like something that's ingrained in our culture that we work hard, work hard, work hard. How do you see your children seeing you now in this semi-retired life that you're looking at and saying, okay, well, I still want them to work hard too, so that they can get here, but at this point in time they're seeing me in a more relaxed state and enjoying more of my life. Is that a good thing? Is that something you struggle with? Talk to me about that.
Fortunately, there is no struggle at all. It was always about not retiring from something, it was always
Hmm.
about retiring into something. And I always knew I have this creative side, I have a lot more thing to give to people. At least I felt there is some value which I should provide, and I did not have time to do that. And in terms of finances, we reached a point where with the 4% rule, or even less than that, or a little more than that, we can sustain financially. And so I took that uh, decision to quit work and start creating content full time. And as you know, you have been doing this full time, it's more than a 35-40 hour job. So I am completely occupied, and my family is like, I we don't see you are retired. You are always there in your room writing something, talking in the room. We don't know if you're on a call or recording or what you're doing. So yeah, kids know it, kids love it, telling their friends that, hey, my dad is a YouTuber.
I love that. I love that.
They love that. And my wife has been pretty supportive with all of that. So yeah.
That's incredible. And her situation now, is she still working for full time? Does she appreciate her life in the pharmaceutical world, or what are her
Yeah,
goals
she's
for the
into
future?
yeah, she is into project management. She loves her
Hmm.
job.
Yeah.
I had no complaint about my jobs either.
Hmm.
Wonderful people, wonderful company. The job was good. Everything was good. No complaints. And
Yeah.
same for her. She's enjoying everything. She's working. We are working towards a particular financial goal with her
Hmm.
salary right now, which she truly cares about. It is more closer to her, so she's working on that. But I think in few years she will pull the plug as well.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. It's good to have these goals, and the way you guys have seen them in the future and then work towards them. It just seems so planned out, almost very project manager like, I will say, because you know your goal and you knew you could move towards it and hit it. So this is very exciting. Now, if that happens, or even just 5 to 10 years from now, what do you see your life looking like? Outside of creating content and supporting people online, what goals or dreams do you have for the future now that you've hit this $3 million milestone?
In terms of money, honestly, none. I mean, yeah, if the market gives good return, if this multiplies by whatever 5%, 10%, well and good. But I think I planned my career that way. Every 3 year I want a promotion, I want this much bonus, and I want this much raise. I don't want to get stuck into that I want to grow this money to that extent. I think I'm
Hmm.
done with that chapter of the life. Fingers crossed, you never know what will happen, but that's what I truly feels. But right now the second chapter is, it's about, I know I got that freedom when it all started. It was about growth. Then I got the freedom, but now I feel like freedom is not in stopping. It's about choosing what I want to do, and that's what I would like to do. Just teach and create. And I know, sorry, I'm coming back on the same thing, but create, spend time with family, go play pickleball when I want on Tuesday afternoons or Wednesday mornings. Nobody's there to ask. I guess that's about it. And meet and reach a lot of people, maybe 1 million people, so I can tell them that I was an average student. It doesn't need anything special. You can do it too. If I could inspire a few, that would be wonderful.
I think that's lovely. So it's defining the life you want to live, living that life, and then embracing contentment along the way. Because it sounds like you're really happy with where you are.
Yeah, I am. No
Excellent.
complaints.
Excellent. Well, Sushant, somebody's listening and they're very, very inspired about this story that they've just heard about your multimillionaire success. What is one small step that they could take to follow in your footsteps and create the wealth and freedom that you have today?
I don't think one step will suffice. It will be a little more than one. So, of course, living below your means, start saving and investing a little bit, 5%, 1 or 2%, 5, 10, 20. We went to 25%, 30% of the take home pay. We were investing that. So, if you could start on that journey, learn a little bit about personal finance, uh, what the vehicles are in personal finance, and don't try to time the market. Don't try to beat the market. Just be with the market. Compounding will take care of itself. I'm very confident on, I'm very confident on that. It's a simple thing. We make it complicated. We don't need to do that. Just stay in the market. It will take care of itself. That's, yeah. And I actively work for your salary, but I think that's enough.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. These are great pieces of advice, and he's sharing a lot of this on his YouTube channel. Tell people where they can connect with you, follow you, and learn more from you.
All right, my this is the name of the channel. It's
Haha, there you go.
yeah.
Money with Swabi, is that right?
Yes, the last is SWABI, Money with Swabi. Here you can follow me, or you can reach me on my LinkedIn as well. I share my stories there as well. So yeah, I that's where you can find me.
Excellent. And everybody who's listening on the podcast, that's Money with Swabi. I'll put that information in the show notes and the podcast description so everybody can connect with Sushant Thakray and everything that he's doing and inspiring people out there. Thank you so much for your time, Sushant.
Thank you, Andy. It's a pleasure.
If you're inspired to grow your net worth after hearing that awesome story, you should check out Empower's free net worth tracker. This is the same tracker that my wife and I use to grow our net worth from negative $50,000 to over $1 million in just 10 years. You can access that using the links below or click the link in our video description. If you want to get inspired to grow your net worth even more, check out this next video coming up.